How's it going? Um, this semester, I've worked with Dan a lot on articulation and time. Articulation has been something that has been lacking in my playing, so he gave me some articulation exercises and some warm up exercises that have become part of my warm up routine. So I'm going to show you the articulation exercises, going through the four different types of articulation, also creating cross rhythms with articulation on that. The exercises are intervallic exercise, and we've gone through all the intervals from half step, which is a chromatic scale, whole steps, minor thirds, major thirds, fourths, fifths, then sixth, which has also been something that I haven't been doing, which this semester I've been doing a lot of, so that's really been helping. I'm going to demonstrate that for you with articulations. We've also talked about articulating through bebop heads and trying to listen more to how the greats articulated on heads, and how it's basically the way saxophone players convey rhythm besides just playing lines. And then after that, I'm going to play Ladybird, and during Ladybird, what me and Dan were talking about is being more grounded. I'm going to accompany myself, take like two choruses accompanying myself. And this is going to help me be more grounded in time, and it's something I've been working on that has improved my time overall. So yeah, I'm going to demonstrate that for you guys. So I'm going to start with the articulation, bebop heads, and then Ladybird. That's first articulation. Second type on the offbeat. Now I'll show the cross rhythm. Hopefully that was obvious. It was like against, it's basically 3 against 4 or hemiola. Well, 2 against 3 really, because it's 2 against 3 exercise, but same difference. So that's the articulation that we've been working on. I'll articulate through some bebop heads. Just also trying to focus on articulation, try to be very specific, and try to be more rhythmic with it. So. Blues for Alice. Scrabble from the Apple. Little, trying to focus. So really trying to work that out, and it's still a work in progress, but it's definitely improved from being nowhere to where it's at now. So that was most of the stuff we did on articulation. We did more. We did articulation through the chromatic scale too, which we were working on, like being able to be precise and really trying to articulate in certain places where you can create sound. So the cross rhythm was one, also creating like a whole tone scale. So scales, like, you know, trying to articulate, and the notes they're articulating create a whole tone scale. And it's not really to create the whole tone scale, but it's just to be really obvious with your articulation. I hope it's coming through in the video, but it's also something that's just been very helpful, because it just keeps you mindful to articulate, to use it, because it gives you a more rhythmic frame, and it frames what you're doing. I'm gonna play Ladybird for you guys. Same thing, what me and Dan spoke about was playing bass notes in the melody, and then also playing bass notes to accompany yourself while you're taking a solo. So for example, the melody is time just to play the melody. But what me and Dan talked about was different. What we talked about was anchoring yourself in time, using bass notes, playing the bass note, playing the melody. So it goes like so that way it's like and also trying to do that while you're taking a solo. So I'm going to demonstrate the whole thing. We'll play the melody, head in, 2 choruses, head out. So yeah, it was, which is difficult to do, but it's really helpful. And then when you try to take a chorus freely, it becomes much easier, because of course you're not worried about playing the bass note. But I felt like practicing it this semester, practicing like this, and then practicing with a backing track, that, I still hear where those bass notes are, so it keeps me grounded. And then now I can make the decision of where to flow over the bar line instead of just doing that the entire time. And I can make the decision, well, let me get down into the time. So that's what I have to demonstrate for you guys. There was, of course, a bunch of more things that me and Dan got into, composition-wise. We looked at some scores. I showed him a transcription of Clifford Brown, and we talked about articulation over that. He helped me with notating, using dotted quarters, and like really creating that over the bar line on paper, because I tend to write things like that. And I'm sure there's some other stuff we're missing, but I'm sure he can fill you in. And thank you guys for your time, and I hope this works for you. Have a good one.